Hello Aries, and welcome to your August 2016 General Tarot Card Read. Dee here along with my dear friend Miss Lucy.
Hello.
First off, we'd like to say thank you so much for all the support you guys have given us this last month, for your likes, your subscribes, for your general your comments and the emails we've received. Thank you. Your positive energy has been overwhelming for us and we really appreciate it. So for those of you that are new and have just found us, welcome. We do things a little different than most people do. What happens is Lucy does a read, I do a read, and then we do a combined read. This gives you 3 different general reads to pick for the month of August. Do keep in mind that it is a general read. If it doesn't resonate with you, look at your rising sun and your moon sign. We also pulled 2 oracle cards, or 3, or however many we're told to at the time. Sometimes it's 1, but for you guys we pulled 2 for the month. And these kind of reinforce the reads. And then we also pull a card from your year-long in review, and that's the one that we use to lead in kind of an overall tone of the month. So we're going to go ahead and start with Lucy and her card.
Is the Ace of Pentacles. Now, aces are all about new beginnings. So this is a new beginning, a very strongly positive one. It's what you've worked for, and it's your work should match your efforts that you put into it. With relationships, it should be on stable ground, your relationships, and you feel very contented with the situation that you're in now. And then we go from nice and peaceful to the devil. Now, the devil, to me, the devil is about imbalance in your life. It's about traps. The traps we get into. It's about power, danger, attraction, whether it's sexual, whether it's gambling, whether it's drugs, shopping, surgeries for body improvements, piercings, tattoos, whatever your predilection is. It's about imbalance in that area. And we all have them. We all have them. I'm an organizational freak.
That's true.
I know when I've gone too far, and I pull back. Well, this is about balancing out those aspects of your life that just go, do, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And that's what this is all about. So you can have a balanced life and not let down the people around you or drive them crazy. So watch out for obsessions and compulsions and things that overshadow the rest of your life, things that become more important than your loved ones, more important than seeing to your responsibilities, more important than your gut basic beliefs, okay? But also, on the other hand, the caution here is don't go so far as to ignore or push aside your healthy desires, because those are what makes life enjoyable. That's it on the devil. Now the lovers. The lovers is about possibilities and choices. Again, it's about balance in these two. It's a union. But you could have conflicting choices going on there. It's about partnerships and relationships and attraction and combination. It's about meshing your personality, if you're looking for a long-term relationship, with someone else's. If you're not, then I guess you're not, and it doesn't matter whether you're in balance with this person or not, because it's not going to last. But if you want a long-lasting relationship, you need to make sure that the elements or the facets are there for this relationship to last. Don't delude yourself if they're not, okay? If you're going to have a long-term relationship with somebody, you need to be able to talk with them, communicate with them. Your thoughts need to be on the same level. Your sexuality needs to mesh. Your passion, your intellect, whatever it is, your spirituality, if you're a spiritual person, needs to mesh with this other person. They need to complement each other so that you can move forward with this relationship or with the relationship that you want. And if they're lacking, if you're okay with that, if you're okay with the short term, then that's fine. That's where you want to be. If you're not, then perhaps you need to let this relationship go and look for a more balanced one in the future for your long-term happiness. Then we have the Six of Swords. Now, the Six of Swords is also about your intellect. It's about your thought processes. But you can see it indicates here that she may be taking a trip, and the waters are her emotions. So it can mean escape, or it can mean leftover challenges that you have not faced yet. This could lead to a better future. It could also really indicate travel and journey on this. So if you're thinking of leaving a situation, and if it's a dangerous one, go away. Get out of it. Leave. But don't be impulsive. Plan. You need to have a plan in place so that you can safely leave, okay? If it's just a situation that keeps reoccurring and it's not dangerous, then perhaps you need to face this part of yourself and not run. Perhaps you need to consider carefully what has led to this. And self-examination is not easy, but it could be necessary in this situation to where you get a lasting resolution to it, to something that keeps coming up again and again and again and again. And you don't want to react in rote. You don't want to, this happened, I do this, okay? You want to be able to move forward and stop the repetitive behavior. And we have the Hermit. And the Hermit is all about soul searching and self-knowledge. It's about taking a time out, solitude, detachment, whatever you need to seek that self-knowledge, to seek the reflection, to search within. So take your time. It doesn't have to be a long time. And search your heart, search your mind for this knowledge. The caution here, like I said, is taking too long, withdrawing too far, hiding in this search. You cannot hide from your life. It will come up and slap you in the face every time. So don't let fear or avoidance keep you from finding your solutions. They are there for you. They are they are inside you, because the Hermit is about self-knowledge. And then we have the High Priestess. Now the High Priestess is feminine energy, of course. She's insightful, wisdom, understanding, mystery, maybe even secrets along in there. So the indication here is that you have inherent good judgment, that's what the card says, and you have strong intuition. So perhaps this time it should be the heart over the head, that perhaps your decision needs to come from within you, from within your gut, within your soul, that you have kept hidden from yourself. Perhaps that's the secret you have to reveal. Okay. So pay attention to your gut and your instincts in this situation. Take your inspiration and translate it into action. The caution here is, as in all things, don't act in haste. Make a plan.
4 major.
Yeah.
That's kind of amazing.
4 major.
And a new beginning, which is really
Yes.
cool. Good month, Aries.
New beginning in the very beginning of it, and then of course caution here, warning. Warning, 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 warning. And again, choices to be made.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever you're in the mood for, I suppose, whatever you're looking for, it would be more important, is what this card means. Because we can have relationships, yes we can, they can be good, and they can last for a few years, but long term they're not going to give us what we need. So if that's what you want, that's fine. And then your thought processes. Perhaps you're repeating the pattern too much. perhaps it's time to change. And the Hermit will help you do that. Look inward, self-knowledge. And the High Priestess says, follow your heart this time. Perhaps that is the change you need to make.
All right, now we're going to move to my read. The card I pulled in for the month is the King of Swords. Now, the King of Swords is somebody who is powerful. He's stubborn. He's somebody who very much wants you to obey the laws, studying long and hard. He's somebody who's seen battle, and he's won every battle for a reason. He's also somebody that can rise above the situation and look at it. So I really think that for you guys this month, you need to think about things that are happening, because you've got a pretty emotional month coming up. So don't be afraid to utilize that logic. Don't be afraid to do the structure that you need and for you for the month. The first card I pulled for you was the Ace of Cups. Now, the Ace of Cups is a new beginning, and it's all about emotions. Sometimes it can be a new relationship. It's a birth of an emotional connection, and it doesn't have to be in a romantic sense. It can be an emotional connection that you might have at work. But I really think that a lot of this, that there is a big emotional connection and stuff going on. You're going to feel at times overwhelmed with your emotions. So keep that in mind as you're going through the month. But this is a new beginning for you. Some of you will be feeling things that you've never felt before. But enjoy it. It's a good time for you to have that go on. Then what I thought was interesting is you got Justice. Now, Justice is all about balance. It's about equilibrium. It's about righting wrongs. It's about almost kind of a karma card in a way, because what you've done before is going to be what you reap. What you sow is what you reap, type of a thing. And she's coming into your life. And the thing again that I thought was interesting is that she's holding a sword, and it's that thought process and balancing the injustice in your life. And I think that there's going to be a little bit of that going on, and it might even be in regards to your emotions and your well-being. And for some of you, it might be that maybe you're in a legal situation, and there's going to be some good aspects come out of it. There's going to be an overflowing of an emotion, but it's aspected really well, because the next card I pulled is the Nine of Pentacles. Now, the Nine of Pentacles is about material well-being. It's somebody who's alone, but yet she's very happy with what she has. She has an abundance of things. It's almost like she's being rewarded for all the hard work that she's done. She's enjoying all the good things that she's got in her life. So when you sandwich Justice between the Ace of Cups and the Pentacles, I really think that now things are going more your way. You're getting your emotional fulfillment that you need. You're also getting your material well-being that you need. And it's all been through your hard work. So enjoy it. You need it this month, Aries. It's going to be good for you that way. Because of that, that's going to bring an ending of a cycle when it comes to the Ten of Cups, but it's a good ending of a cycle. It's very much emotional stability. It's going to bring about a heartfelt fulfillment, balance, and harmony. So once you've got your emotions in play and this new stuff that's coming along and the karmic stuff that's coming your way that's been good, and you're satisfied, it's going to just overflow everywhere. You're going to have an outpouring of this in all of your relationships. So I think you need to enjoy this time with your family and your friends. Seek out the people that you really care about and spend time with them, and enjoy. It's going to be good for that. Now, the next card that I pulled was kind of interesting, and it's the Eight of Cups. Now, the Eight of Cups is talking about your emotional stuff going on and you walking away from things that no longer serve you. And I thought it was kind of interesting how this falls in, especially with the Ace of Cups, Nine of Pentacles, and then the Ten of Cups. But I really think that for some of you, it's not enough for you. It's just not enough. And I don't think it's necessarily a good thing. It's almost like you're turning your back on all the good things that you got so that you can search for something else that you feel is missing when really nothing is missing. So be cautious about this. Really look at what's going on in your life before you decide, and use the aspect of the King of Swords. Use your logic. Use your thinking process. Yes, you've been through a lot of battles, but it's time for you to think about that before you step out into this emotional. And it's almost like a wasteland, because you're leaving behind all these things that you've had before. And I don't even really totally understand that, but because you've got a lot of good things going on. You've got emotional rebirth and an ending of a cycle, but yet good, and things are going good, but it's still not enough for you. So Aries, you need to decide what is best for you, but be logical. Don't be too emotional, and then don't let emotions where it totally rules your decision in this. Because if you do that, and if somebody says one thing and ticks you off, and then your next thing you know, you're gone, well, then you're being too emotional when it comes to that. So just balance yourself out as much as possible with justice and go forward. Do you get anything too? Okay. All right. So just keep that in mind, Aries. Don't let yourself be too emotional. Don't let yourself be too rational. Kind of keep a good balance.
The
And
caution of the extremes.
yeah,
The imbalance.
especially when it comes to this, because you've got a lot of good things. It's aspected really well. So now we're going to do the combined read, and with this combined read, it's a major one. You guys got 5 different arcana cards, major arcana, and you've got endings and you've got beginnings. So and it's really good. So we're going to start this way.
The roller coaster.
Yeah, really. Ace of Pentacles with a King of Swords. Ace of Pentacles, of course, a new beginning, resources, relationships.
Stable ground, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah. And then the King of Sword,
yeah.
who has, fought these battles. He's logical. He's not afraid to stand up for what he believes. He's able to look at the whole situation. So I think it's going to help you with your money matters to do that, to look at the whole situation and your relationships. And it's going to be a good month for that, for you guys.
Even better.
Yes. Now this is interesting.
Yes.
Somebody's got some addiction problems when it comes to emotions. In fact, it might even be a sexual addiction because it's an emotional tie, and it's and you're very imbalanced here.
Are you Mr. Stocky?
Yeah, there's something going on here that's not really probably right when I pick up these cards and feel them together. That being said, I think that's just a caution. You need to be careful when it comes to your emotions. Don't become, codependency. Thank you. There's a little bit of codependency going on in a relationship, and you need to kind of step away from that. Yes, it's a new beginning, but don't be so codependent in this new beginning and new relationship that it just takes you to the other end extreme.
Let me tell you, balance is the key there.
Yeah.
There's something, balance is the key.
So don't let your emotions.
You have to.
Yeah.
Sit down and write it all down and check with yourself. Do that internal check with yourself. Is this really the way you want to go forward? Really? Okay.
Yeah. And then having that before we get this, which is interesting, the Lovers and Justice, it's karmic balance along with the choices that you need to make. And sometimes lovers can be a choice between work, or it's like where you have to make a major choice, whether it be with your love life and your work, or an idea that you have in your head and a relationship that's going on. You need to keep yourself as balanced as much as possible. And then in the other, this is for someone specific, there's a relationship that you've been looking for, and it's about time, and it's going to happen for you, honey. It's right there. You've been waiting, and it's going to happen. It's almost like a karmic thing, and you're going to be like, wow, it's going to hit you upside the head almost. So enjoy it. But for the rest of you, Aries, it's just making sure you're balanced when it comes to your choices and your relationships.
Possibilities are there. It's how
Right.
you weigh them. It's really what you want. I mean, some people are looking for the long-term relationship. Some people are not. And if your partner is happy with that and you're contented with that, then that is absolutely fine. It really is.
But realize with that whatever you reap is what you're going to sow.
Yeah.
Whatever you put into this is what you're going to get. So you decide what you can or can't give in this.
Yeah. Make sure you're very honest about it.
Mm-hmm. 6 of Swords along with the Pentacles, the 9 of Pentacles. It's just almost like you're going to be traveling and you've got a lot of good things materialistically going on well for you. I really liked Lucy's analogy with the water, being on the water and the swords on top of it, and using your head over your heart. And there's some of you that follow your heart and some of you that follow your head when it comes to decision of your resources and your time. And I think there's a time where you do need to use your heart and give to other people. And it doesn't have to be money. It can be time. It can be going to the soup kitchen and doing something. So don't be afraid to step out of yourself this time and travel and go different places and help out other people, because it's going to fulfill you emotionally and everything too, to where you've worked really hard for it, and it's good.
And there's absolutely nothing wrong with that either.
No, not at all.
No, if it makes you feel good and you're not hurting anybody, so yeah.
Yeah, go for it. So the Hermit with the Ten of Cups, I just keep getting that somebody's got a huge decision that they're going to make when it comes to a relationship, and you
Yes.
need to
That
take that along. Yeah.
keeps popping its head right up there at us.
Yeah.
All these cups and lovers and the devil and extremes and imbalance and
Needing
There you
to
go.
look into yourself to see what you're doing with your your Ten of Cups with your life, and what's going on with your home life and your situation. And sometimes it's okay to say, hey, I need a little bit of alone time. Let me have my alone time to think and to figure things
need
out.
some introspection there. Perhaps somebody's been hurt.
Right.
And, they
And
need to
especially on a
think.
home front.
Yeah, they need to think.
It's never right to be in a bad situation. It's never right to be where you're getting hurt or your children are getting hurt.
Oh, I'm talking about emotional pain. I'm not talking about physical pain.
Well, I know, but I kind of saw that too. I think it's a little bit of both. There's a lot of aspecting that way when it comes to this. But I think you're right. I think it's emotional, but I think there's also some other kind of pain too, where people are getting hurt. And it could be with an emotional abuse even. You know what? That's kind of what I'm seeing. It could be somebody that's been going through some emotional abuse at your home life, and yeah. So take the time to walk out and think about yourself and take that solitude time that you need, because the next two cards, the High Priestess along with the Eight of Cups, the High Priestess is using your intuition and following what you know deep inside you need to do, and the Eight of Cups is walking away from things that no longer serve you, looking for that missing connection. And this is just like a flow. It's almost like somebody's got to make some big decisions, and there's more than one of you Aries that need to do this, and it comes in an emotional nature. And I don't think it's just a relationship. I think it might even be an emotional attachment that you might have at work, or even a friendship. There might be a friendship that you've got where it's just no longer serving you, and you need to maybe walk away from it. Maybe things started out because our relationships are seasons. There are times where you'll meet somebody and things go great, and you're friends for a couple of years, and then all of a sudden the season's done.
Yep.
And then there are those who stick around you for years and years and years, like my dear Lucy and I, and we put up with each other because we're a partnership in a way. So you have to figure that out, what works with you, and listen to your intuition.
Yes. Take your inspiration and translate it into action.
So on top of that, even with all these things going on, the two cards that Lucy pulled for the Oracle, I thought was very interesting. One is the Griffin, and it talks about honor and good luck. And I think even with all these emotional things going around you, Aries, you've got a lot of good resources and good things available to you in your life. And it's almost like you couldn't do any wrong this month. You've got a lot of good things coming your way. So that's just kind of a reinforcement. And then this card that she pulled, it's called the Golden Palace.
And it says there is always enough. The Golden Palace card represents good fortune, ambitions fulfilled, wealth, and prosperity. It may also indicate emotional fulfillment, as perhaps you are entering a time of happiness that's long overdue. The message here is that self-worth isn't measured by what you have, no matter how abundant your life is. Instead, it comes from what you are, how authentically you're living your life, and how much love you're willing to share. Granted, receiving this card does indicate material gain and a furthering of tangible rewards. But things come and go, and knowing your true value leads to greater riches now. Share the wealth.
And I think that just goes with it, along with the Ace of Pentacles starting off the month, and then just the different aspects of knowing yourself, but yet knowing when too much is too much, and
Self-awareness.
and then the fact that you've worked hard for what you have, and things going your way, and just keeping that balance. So interesting. We want to know what happens, Aries. Looks like it's pretty monumental month for you. So please leave your comments below. We'd love to hear. We kind of like to hear how it resonates, or if this fits with you. Don't be afraid to talk to us about it. We like to hear. And for those of you that are new, thank you for spending the time with us, or for anybody for spending the time with us today, because we know you could be watching the other places, but yet here you are with us, and we appreciate it.
Democratic National Convention. Oh, yeah.
Or the Republican.
Yeah.
Yeah. Here in America, we got a whole bunch of political stuff going on, and makes you want to turtle sometimes.
Yes,
but,
it does.
yes. So, Aries, in the meantime, walk in peace, light, and love, and we will be talking to you soon.
Goodbye.